What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 93. I'm Sean. I'm joined with Chris and Brandon, as always.
What's up, guys? This week's Omni4Game recap. We go over both locals, as always. We hit the weekly reveals, finishing off BT22, and then we look at your guys' comment questions. So if you like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Locals recap. Who's going first?
I think I am.
You know, I didn't need to say it because I knew you knew.
You know, that's such a good time. That's such good timing for that. That is so good. All right, well,
I didn't realize he froze until you were saying that, and I was like, "What do you mean?" I looked down.
I'm just gonna go over mine anyways because he doesn't need to be here for it.
Okay.
Round one, I played against Puppets, piloted by Ben. He was playing all the new, Kageyamon and stuff like that.
He's on that puppet coat.
Yeah, I was on Machine Dramon. Still working out some of the new Digimon. Games 1 and 2 were actually kind of competitive, back and forth. I'm still figuring out how the new stuff for his deck plays, and so I was just trying to realize how should I play around this stuff. D-Evo is still really effective against him because the Kageyamon, all turns deletion stuff, he can just keep targeting my stuff and wasting my sources.
Yeah.
And without because I'm not playing the Chaos Dramon, without that, it takes me a while to get way more sources back underneath them if I have to use them. Chaos X is nice if you put it on top of EX9, but that's only one at a time for the Digivolution, and then I gotta wait till the start of my main phase again to even upload another one. So there's probably another build I'm gonna try where it's just EX9 and Chaos Dramon and Chaos X's, and cut the EX1 Machine Dramon, which would suck because I don't want to lose the DP reduction, but I have no other way of stacking sources underneath my stuff.
I think you'd still lose to Puppets though, because he would just DP minus to Oblivion.
Oh yeah, for sure. That would suck, but I'm saying against other matchups as well. I don't know. I still want to test a couple of the different builds with it. I'm also playing the purple bottom end. So game 3, like I said, game 1 and 2 were competitive. Game 3, I bricked, and by brick I mean I play the purple bottom, hatch a purple card, and I had 3 black option cards in my hand that I can't activate until I see a tamer. And it just took me too long to actually start to play, so that game was kind of a non-factor. So we didn't even really get to play a third game. And then round 2, I played against Abinamon. Another deck I've seen played, but it's totally different once you actually sit down and play across from it. He has access to D-Evo, which also really hurts me. And my deck's a little bit slower if I don't see the right pieces, and that's kind of perfect for that matchup. So I ended up losing that one 1-2 as well, which that one was also extremely competitive. I think if I make maybe 1 or 2 different plays, maybe it goes in my end. And then round 3, I played against Nature Spirits. No, not Nature Spirits. Wind Guardians.
Yes, different.
Wind Guardians. Yes, different. Got that one 2-0. Not much to say about that one. I think Nature Spirits might be better, to be honest, despite it being more colors. Just because I think their boss monster, I'd rather have the minus DP than the Wind Guardians one, where it's just alright, just bottom deck stuff. Because I can detach my sources for that. I'm okay, I'm not going anywhere. But the DP stuff, and I'm oh man, my stuff's dead.
Well, the Wind Guardian boss monster just spams Puppetmon.
Yeah, that also hurts. That's their ace for that one, and then Saber Leomon's for Nature Spirits. But anyways, Wind Guardians, yeah, it seems like an okay deck. I'm glad they at least focused it to 2 colors, green and blue. So it's at least people who want to play that deck have options like Davis and Jade Memory Boost. They can actually play their deck. Yeah, but other than that, it still didn't seem like a very strong deck. They can spam the board if they see the right pieces and do things. Their boss monster just comes out and it's just okay. And I think the Nature Spirits option card is also better because it gives Alliance instead of Vortex. So I'd rather maybe have Alliance. I don't know. I've never played the decks.
Kind of just depends, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure what place we got. I just know I was going first here.
It's in the app.
It's in the app.
Let me
Yeah,
tell
I didn't
you.
check. No, probably like 4th or 5th, maybe. No, not even 4th.
You got
Probably 5th.
7th,
7th? Okay, I was close.
I guess. You
Like I
finished-
said, all three matches were competitive. I just like 1 or 2 mistakes and like a brick tan.
competitive.
I mean, they were close. It's not like I was getting
He's
blown
gonna-
out 2-0.
He's gonna say the same thing about Friday.
Okay, go ahead, Brandon.
I only barely lost all of my matches.
Go ahead and tell everyone how you gave Sean 4 memory and then you died.
Yes, do
Yeah.
tell.
That
Yeah,
does
go ahead,
happen.
Brandon, because you're next, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because Dante, or not Dante, yeah. Sean, you got first, right?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Double checking. Well, I got second, so there's only one person above.
Well, you should assume that
better
I
than-
got first then. If okay.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe maybe it was a down pair or something. Who knows?
Yep. Right.
So anyway, first round I played against Dante, playing his Wing Guardian Leviosas. I just 2-0'd. Game 1, I got lucky he didn't have Puppet Ace in hand, because I had to go into the Omni. And if he has Puppet Ace, he can just spit that over his dude is attempted to be removed. And then it hard punishes me.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, and right? Like the boss monster just lets you play
Are you talking about Omnimon Ace?
Mm-hmm.
You get rid of the Puppet Mon before its effect triggers.
not if he has turn player pro. He would have to finish triggering all his stuff before my evolving, or not my windage. My windage evolvings go through.
It's one effect. If he swings.
Oh yeah, so I could just.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's.
So I was just misplaying then. I could
yeah.
have just killed
If it
him
were
sooner.
if it were like two separate
different
effects for some
effects,
reason,
yeah.
you would be right. But no,
Whose turn is it?
it's Dante's.
It would be Dante.
You gotta
I'm talking about,
explain.
like,
You gotta explain the situation we're in. I'm so lost.
He only knew that because he was like, because he had turn player prio, and I was like, I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
what I'm
attacking
wondering. I'm
you.
like, whose turn is it? What is happening? What's the situation we're
No,
in?
Omni Ace beats that boss monster because you just get rid of the puppet before its effect triggers, and you're just like, thanks for the 4 extra memory.
All right, cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I just thought it went the other way. I guess.
So explain the situation. What happened?
Dante swung
So
at
he has
him,
Turnu.
and he Omni Aced him.
Yeah, no, he has
Right.
Sarnu. You know,
Uh-huh.
and it has an effect where when you attempt
Yes.
to remove it,
Cernace
you
one.
can play a 7 play cost.
Yes.
And I, for some reason, was under the impression that if I stood on him with Omni 8, he would be able to interrupt me by going into Puppet and then de-evoing me, giving him 5 memory.
Which is
Oh,
not
I
how-
thought
not
there's
how
like
it works.
very few interruptive effects in the game, isn't there? I mean, there's
Well,
a
the
few.
problem is,
There's actually
some
quite a
reason, I
few,
have-
but
Doesn't the card text have to
Well,
say
I-
when
I have to
this would happen
finish-
or something like that?
it has to use the word would.
hold on.
Would.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
The
the word I was thinking.
problem is, as Sean pointed out, Omni's effect is one effect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like one
I would
big
have been fine.
break
Yeah.
of words.
Puppet's not going to interrupt the middle of an effect resolving. I don't even think
Yeah,
there's a
'cause
card that would do that.
Yeah, you got to finish all that text before like
Yeah.
he can even respond.
I don't think there's anything you could do that
Yeah, I
would
don't know.
interrupt an effect in the middle of resolving.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's because I was playing against a new card that I was just like being overly cautious, I guess.
I mean,
I
that's
just think you're
fair.
dumb.
It's probably a
Yeah,
little bit of both.
told him I still get it because he doesn't even have the Puppet Ace, so for nothing. I just
Well,
killed
yeah.
him.
I'd
You're
be
playing a way more unfair deck than he is.
I'd be playing 4 puppets if I built Wind Guardians, dude. I'm gonna punish you every single time you touch
Yeah.
my boss monster.
You look at him, this
Oh.
puppet ace is coming down.
Puppet? Puppet?
So, game 2, he does actually see 2 Puppet Mons, and he Puppet Aces me multiple times.
Good.
And this guy, he's just the worst.
Bye, Brandon.
I thought Puppet Ace didn't matter in Brandon's deck. He was like, oh, Devo doesn't matter to me. I have no sources.
No?
I don't know. That's what he said. He's like, I don't care about Devo.
What I would do is I would just bait him into Omni-Acing me and then just Puppet Mon him after the fact.
Well, the thing is, I think he only plays like one Blitz Omni. Or not Blitz Omni, Omni Ace.
Oh, does he?
It's either 1 or 2 because he's playing 3 Alter S's. I couldn't imagine him wanting to play like more than 6 of those.
That sounds awful.
Even 5. Yeah, 5 sounds like a lot of bricks, right?
No. That sounds awful. Him only playing 1 or 2 Omni Aces because like you don't have any defense in that deck.
You think
anymore.
3? You think
I would play.
Dude,
I would play more of the Omni Ace than I would play the Alter S.
I don't. Maybe, dude. Alter S just seems so unfair. It's like such a glass cannon. It's like, hey, yo, you're dead.
It is unfair, and it's a really good win condition, but you're not going to kill someone from 5 security with an Alter S.
Well, not 1. Yeah, you have to.
I mean,
have
not even 2 would kill
3.
him, right? It's 1 unsuspend trash.
1 is 3 security checks by itself. The second one would finish, but not be able to kill. No. Yeah. 2 Alter S's is lethal.
His game, yeah, it's lethal.
Through 5 in his deck because it's 3 checks on the first one, and then the 2 bodies come back out. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So Brandon, what's your ratios? Is it 3 Alter S's and 2 Omni?
3,
or is it 3 and 3?
Okay. Yeah, that split makes a little more sense. Chris was saying you played 1 or 2 Omni Aces, and I was like, that sounds bad.
Yeah, I couldn't remember how many.
Yeah, I split them down the middle. I don't know what's going on with my internet. This is the worst it's acted up in like weeks.
Yeah, well, hurry up and get through your games. You don't need to go through each individual game. You can just get through your matches. So
no, I'm gonna make sure every single game is gone through.
Okay, then we will skip you and we will go to Sean.
Anyway, so game 2, I was able to double Alter S him, and as they were talking, that is enough for lethal.
Yes.
Sean was my next round opponent. And he touched me so hard.
I touched you so intimately.
That on his second turn of the game, all 5 of my security were gone, and he had enough memory to play a memory boost.
You didn't say that you choked me to 1.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I was going to go through the breakdown.
All right.
So turn 1, I have to go first, and my opening play is Rookie, Memory Setter Tie, because it's the only playable cards I had in my hand. It's either that or just pass turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rookie and Raising, Memory Setter Tie. All right. Sean responds with Rookie and Raising, double Davis Ken.
Yep.
So he gives me 4 memory. I'm like, all right, I'm just getting tight. Yes. So I'm like, all right, I got to choke him to 1. So I promote my Rookie, swing with it, tap my tie to draw 2 cards, and I draw another Rookie and a Greymon. I'm like, oh, that's exactly 5 memory. I'll go for that. Agumon, Greymon. 5 memory choke. Sean proceeds to go into an Imperial, or a Paladin. Not Paladin, Jesus, what am I talking about? He proceeds to go into a Ildra.
I evoed into
2 security.
I evoed into Elijahmon first.
Who cares?
Swung over your Greymon. Drew 2 cards.
Survived the check.
Yes.
Then go into Pyildra. Swing 2 more times.
Uh-huh.
Goes into Progender to go into Magna X. And swings 2 more times.
Uh-huh.
All of this does not pass turn.
Nope.
So he goes into 2 level 4s, a level 5, and a level 6 that cost 5, but because of Progenitor, it's just like...
It costs 4 on top of a
4
5.
on top of a level 5, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. And none of this passes turn.
Nope.
And kills me the following turn with a Paladin Ace, because why not, I guess.
You put dudes on the field, and I was like, I'm playing around it.
Oh. my body with partition. This is the worst.
I'd still rather just not have to deal with you doing anything.
Yeah. Then game 2, I was basically missing Omnis, either one, for like the entirety of that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I still wasn't really able to do anything.
Yeah, you set up an Omni Ace play, and then I did my best to insulate myself, and then swung, and you were like, "Yeah, you got it. I didn't draw one."
Yeah. And then I played against Will. He was playing version 4. I got that one 2-0.
That's where I saw him. Yeah, I'll just explain because I was sitting next to him. Yeah, that's the game where I saw him go double Ultra S and killed Will with absolutely no regards for anything else.
Yeah, I heard Brandon as he was overjoyed as he was doing the Ultra S combo from like 10 feet away while me and Ben were playing our match. I was like, oh, Brandon must be popping off over there.
It was the start of my villain origin story, where basically he sets up Tida Ace and thinks he's safe. And then I'm like, oh, well, how big is he? Well, he's only 12. Okay, so my entire play makes my dude immune. Okay, block. Alright, cool. Unsuspend. But I have retaliate. I don't care.
Don't matter.
And it's really funny too, because he like, I checked his like field spell that lets you play a dude, and he played out a card that like stuns, makes it to where you can't unsuspend.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, that's gonna be for next turn." And I just chuckled and went, "Man, real presumptuous of you to think you're getting another turn." And then I proceeded to Alter S him twice. Actually, no. I think against him I had to do it all 3 times because of how many blockers he had.
Yeah.
No, it was only twice.
Oh.
But yeah, because I pop out the Metal Garu. Well, no, because I pop out the Metal Garu.
Oh, and you stun the blockers.
And it stuns him. I stun the blockers. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Well, it didn't matter. You popped his whole board because he activated Scapegoat, blew up his 2 little, two smaller Digimon, and then you swing. You popped them back out, and then you went into another Alter S, and then popped them again, and then went to like 10 memory.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to tell Dante when I see him next that Retaliation does not work against Alter S because he thinks it does.
It does not. I'm immune to all Digimon effects. Period.
Why would he?
That's what I was telling him last night. Well, me and him were playtesting. I was playing DM Alter S, and he was playing Ghost, and I had Alter S, and he was just like, "Well, Retaliation works against it," and I'm like, "I don't know." I was like, "I don't think it does."
No, that's an effect.
It's immune to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even as the card is written, ineffective versus him.
God. If it didn't take like 20 minutes, I would consider resetting my Wi-Fi router. But
what the hell is DM Alter S?
It's basically
it's like the Blitzcreamon Crescarumon.
Yeah. It's the
version 1, version 2 deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Version package, but
it's actually not bad. It's not gonna be competitive, but it's a little fun deck you can mess around with.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like the Mamimon's actually really cool in that deck because you get so many face down cards so quickly that when you go into the Mamimon, you can reveal 3 cards and you can hit your level 6s off of it and it just plays it out for free. And then yeah.
They're DM.
You talking about the Blitz and the Crest? Yeah. They're like they've got like 3 different typings. Version 1, version 1 DM, and then like I think Cyborg.
I'd already forgotten they were DM. I remember searching them in the release event.
Yeah.
All right. So
tell us how you touched everybody with Magna DNA again.
I did touch everybody.
Yourself.
That's exactly how Tuesday went. So, if I could have recorded,
still not playing Bloom Lord.
If I could have recorded, I would have played Bloom. However, there's only 2 tables that I can record at Trinity, and unfortunately, they've been, taken up for the past like month plus.
You just got to get a better stand.
Ideally, when Trinity,
somebody to sit there and hold it.
Yeah.
Ideally, when Trinity moves this month, those tables get moved to a spot that's more available. So
less traffic.
Yeah, so I'll be able to use them. So I can record at Trinity, because it'd be nice if I could record twice a week, whereas I'm still only able to record at TBS right now. Anyways, so because I couldn't record, I wanted to play Magnex DNA, just because I wanted to feel better about myself for losing in the regional with Rapid Vaccine. So I played... I just completely spaced out. I played Josh. Round 1, he's playing Negamon, and he was very nice and clearly explained what all of his cards did as he was doing it. That deck loses real hard to Source Strip, and as well as suspending everybody. Also loses to Paladin mode, because I just put his Negamon.
Just fast decks in general.
Yeah, just fast decks in general. Paladin mode also just bot decks all of his Negamon, so it just resets him completely, and he has to start all over.
His best card against you is not even a Negamon card.
Are you talking about Medieval?
Medieval, yeah.
Yeah, he never saw Medieval either game. I killed him way too quick.
I love how Brand just said that and then just ended it.
Yeah, he's like, you have to guess what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Don't tell the audience. Don't tell the people that just... Yeah, his best card's not even a Negamon card, and then just stops.
Yeah.
Yep. Why would
Which was also very good against me as well.
Yeah,
Hard play Machine Dramon.
Medieval,
and then it's like...
Medieval it does make it awkward for me if I haven't gone into a Pyodramon yet, because if I have, my Davis and Kens are way more awkward to play with a Medieval on the field, but I have ways around it. So I 2-0'd him pretty easily. Round 2 played against Brandon. I'll describe exactly what happened game 1.
Yep.
He wins
but nobody will sit there and grief him exactly into detail, right, Chris?
Well, yeah, his camera's not cutting out every 5 seconds.
That does make it a little more painful. So he wins the die roll, and I'm like, I would prefer to win the die roll, obviously, but he Evo's rookie, plays tie, and I'm like, all right, cool. Evo into promo Vmon in raising, played double Davis and Ken. My hand I have an armor in my hand, and I have a starter deck Vmon and another promo Vmon in my hand. I don't have any of my other pieces. Actually, no, I lied. I have a Pyodramon in my hand too, but I don't have anything else. He promotes, swings, checks my security, dies, and then plays a rookie, Evos into Greymon to choke me to 1. I draw. I'm just missing X Vmon, but I promote anyway because I want to kill his body. I don't want him to start the turn with a dude on the field, and I know I can just Lydramon over it. So I promote, play my searching Vmon, whiff on XV, and then play the promo Vmon because I'm like, why not? It's relatively safe to play it. Evo into Lydramon for 1, suspend his Greymon, swing through it, draw 2 cards. Off those 2 cards I drew into XV. I survive the check, Evo into XV, DNA into Pyodramon, go back to 2 memory, swing twice jamming, Primo into Magna X, which I've drawn at this point, swing twice jamming, and then play memory boost to set him to his 3. I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards off of my just inheritables that turn. My hand was like 20 cards at the end of that turn. I think he's frozen again. He is.
No, he's just wallowing. He's wallowing in despair.
No, he's not moving at all. He's frozen.
He's wallowing in despair.
So I told him that was the highest roll I've ever had on anyone with that deck. Just ridiculous. Because he's choking me to 1, you would assume that you're not going to get touched that hard, but joke's on him.
Yeah.
I just had the exact right hand to still do everything I needed to do. And he couldn't protect himself from dying on the following turn because he had 0 security. And then game 2 I won. He explained he never saw Omni. He set himself up to where he could have Omni-aced me if he had drawn into it. But it still probably wouldn't have mattered because I DNA'd into a Pyodramon and I had a Magna X on the field already. And he had stunned the Magna X, but if I if I'm able to touch a security, my Magnex gains immunity and I can swing out. But he didn't have an Omni. So win that 2-0. And then round 3, get paired against Ben, who's the other undefeated, playing Puppets, which is his Cope deck. And I had played against Puppets the night before in Eagles online locals. So I knew that the deck didn't get any better versus me. It seems like it's probably better against other things, but against me specifically, it's kind of a joke because it's just like, hey, I'm going to have like 8 bajillion blockers. You're never going to touch me, but I'm just like Pyodramon, suspend everybody, touch you anyway. Basically how it went, I source strip so I can get rid of his protection effects and his barrier and all that stuff, and I just stun his board over and over. If they're not playing aces, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Ben was only playing on Tuesday 1 ace, and it was burst mode, so like I was like, I have partition, I don't care about that. So I ended up winning that 2-0 and told him puppets still suck. And then came in first place. Alright.
So on to Friday.
Sean, how did your Friday go?
I didn't go. I went to a July 4th cookout. If I had gone, I would have finally been able to play Bloom, but unfortunately that's going to have to wait another week. Unless for some reason I can record it training on Tuesday, then I'll do that. I actually recorded the deck profile for Bloom already. That'll go up on the channel sometime next week. I do want to play it. I just haven't been able to record my matches, unfortunately.
It's all the devil's food.
I made adjustments to it, and it doesn't feel that bad anymore. I think it actually feels pretty solid.
So I'll go first for Friday. I went X1. We played 3 rounds. Round 1, played against Brandon. I ended up losing that one 1-2. Again, Brandon won't say it was competitive, but every single game, I had him down to 0 security. Inches away from death. His deck is just like, he has the Melgas will always be the bane of my existence in that deck against his deck, because I can put up all the redirects and blocking machine Dramons I want, but they don't matter when he can just go, well, you can't turn your card sideways.
Yep.
So
if Analog Man didn't require himself to turn sideways to redirect, it'd be so much better.
100%. The deck felt very good playing against Brandon. It just, again, he can stun my stuff and just make it to where I can't redirect and block him. Which, it's just always, that's always how that matchup's been. But again, you know, when you're sitting there at 0 security and on the brink of death, and you just happen to see the piece you need, Brandon will say, wasn't close, but it's okay.
It wasn't close.
Yeah,
I ended both games with 2 security. What are you talking about?
That is not true, and you know it.
Oh, because of the Alter S going into security?
No. The one game...
I had cards in security.
The one game he went into Alter S and put it back on the top of his security, I then cleared that security, and then he was able to respond. So again, all 3 games he was at 0 security. So anyways, round 2, I played against a newcomer. He was playing Jessmon. He said he's been playing on the sim for a little while now, and he had he must not have watched any content or anything on YouTube or like anything like that, because I don't know like how he built his Jessmon deck, but it definitely seems very beginner,
suboptimal.
Yeah, I mean he was playing like Gamma Mons for level 3. I mean the weird thing is he has all the cards. It was very strange. Like he was playing all the good Huckmons, all the good Bal Huckmons, all the good Savior Huckmons. He had Starter Deck Jessmons. He had BT19
though.
Are you sure? Because I asked him if it was in the deck. He said it was.
I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh, I don't have that one."
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, you need, because he's playing BT19 Jess and BT19, or is it 20? I think it's 19.
Genku.
BT19 Jess and BT19 Genku. He's playing both of them.
20.
Is it 20? Okay. Well,
what
anyways.
Gamamon is he playing?
Like the
I don't
old
know.
one. It was like when I can't remember. I think he was only playing it for the inheritable.
Yeah. When you attack, you can pop something at like 3,000 DP.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so I'm like saying
Probably
it's like
clear
he has like he has like the building blocks for it, but then there's like a couple weird things in there that like aren't like optimal for like a Jesmon deck. Like he has Jesmon GX Ace. Like he has all the cards. And Caleb played him round one, and Caleb probably helped him a little bit, and then obviously I helped him too when we were playing our match, like making sure he didn't forget to draw and stuff like that.
Always gotta
Hopefully
do that
he
with new
keeps.
people.
Yeah, always. Like every time he digivolves, he's like worried about doing his effects before drawing. I'm like, you draw first. You got to make that a habit.
Yep.
Like you're always drawing cards in Digimon. So yeah, I won that one pretty handily, 2-0. Yeah, just this was also funny. Brandon allowed the round to go on for an hour and a half. I'm sorry,
Yeah, I forgot to
an
set a timer.
An hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I forgot to
and
set a
the
timer, and me and Ben were just invested. We won.
The crazy part is, I think Brandon and Ben were done by then. Caleb and Dante took all 1 hour and 20 minutes to finish their match.
Holy sh!
Yeah,
Like I
it
said,
was.
We could have ended it, but me and Ben, we were in.
Yeah, supposedly there was some shenanigans going on in that match between Caleb and Dante. Caleb clearly had the match won and was just absolutely throwing it. He was trying to. He did end up winning, but despite all it. Yeah, because Dante decked out, which is crazy. So I ended up winning that one 2-0, and then round 3 I played against Dante, who was playing Wind Guardians. No, Nature Spirits this week. Yeah, he swapped it up. He's playing pretty much the same deck, just with a different name.
Yeah.
I won that one 2-1. He did manage to pull a game off of me because, again, like can happen with Machine Dramon, I bricked extremely hard with all my black option cards and no way to play them.
I thought you literally said after Tuesday you're like, I need to switch to the black base.
Well, I didn't want to just do it after one night and be like, all right, let me just throw out this entire strategy. I still want to like.
You sounded pretty committed.
No, like I said, I want to try different builds of it, but I'm gonna give each build like, a decent try.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like,
yeah, at least because the Tama for the black op is so bad. There's no good ones.
I mean, I understand your dilemma, but I agreed with you.
Like Demi Marimon is so good. Like
yes, but if you can't,
literally
if you
does
can't
so much.
play the game, it doesn't matter how good that Tama
agreed.
is.
Yeah, right, exactly. So it's like, it's a conundrum. So, anyways, I ended up winning that one 2-1. It never really felt like a fair match. I think he was bricked on games 1 and 3. Like he said, he was digging for a level 4 for the longest in both games. Like it was so bad, I actually could have just won the entire match without even playing a Machine Dramon. I had rookie rushed him down and just like played out my level 5s and was just like poking at him without even playing Machine Dramon. So yeah, ended up getting that one. Finished the night 2-1, and then got to watch Ben and Caleb's match, Puppets versus Abada, which was hilarious because. Caleb is teched out to the teeth playing Congos and DD Dimension or something. It's like that
DG
6 cost
Dimension.
option. Yeah, that one. And where he's like, he can de-evo like 3 Digimon or something like that. The combination of those two. He was also playing Gaia Reactor, which, crazy.
That's an interesting choice, but that is pretty good versus Puppets. So,
yeah, it is. I mean,
it's a nice field of dudes you got there.
Yeah, he was teched out to the teeth. It was funny. He'd go Congo, and then he would activate the Dimension card, de-evo all of his stuff, and be like, alright, none of your dudes can attack. And Ben's just like, I have like 12 dudes on the board, and I can't swing at you. And then Ben would have to like digivolve back up and like start doing stuff again. But, it was funny. It was worth watching. Ben got it 2-0. Ben went first this week playing Puppets, upsetting Sean, pissing him off.
Yeah, you guys.
Even though I think
Puppets win.
Ben didn't even really play anyone last night. He played Brandon, Caleb, and then
I basically both games.
Yeah,
did he play Dante?
In Ben's head, he's like, this won locals, therefore it is good.
That's not how it works.
That's what Brandon thinks too.
That's true.
No, I know when I'm playing cope.
So, anyways, go ahead, Brandon.
Round 1 I played against Chris. He kind of already talked about it. He'll sit there and tell you it was competitive. It wasn't. If I still have like Altares promoting, like it doesn't matter how many security I do or do not have. You're just dead.
Oh, and you're promoting Altares?
What an interesting choice.
You won. Yeah, you promote Agumon, and Altares is just right there.
That's not promoting Altares. That's promoting an Agumon.
Yeah.
When I'm promoting the combo to go into Altares and keep turn,
He's promoting the combo.
happy. I'm trying to dense, so my internet decides, hey.
It's not the Altares though. It's not the Altares. It's the freaking Melga.
I mean, the Altares killed you every game, so.
Because of the Melga.
Yeah,
no,
that is
your
fair.
analogs were not stunned.
Oh.
When I kill you, your analog's not stunned.
Yes, they were.
I started stunning them after Altaresing because of the Melga being popped out.
The Melga comes out anyways one time.
Yeah, I stun 1 card. I don't stun 3 cards. Because I like to go for the Melga that gives me the unsuspend.
Right. So you're still stunning my stuff.
Slowly but surely.
Quit stunning my stuff.
Anyways.
Yeah, so he'll be competitive. They weren't. The only game I lost to him because I did not see Omnimon.
Oh, then I guess that one wasn't competitive. You're right, Brandon.
Yeah, it wasn't competitive. I didn't see my win con. So then round 2 I played against Ban, playing Puppets. He OTK'd me game 1 through 5 security, purely off of a scramble and a rookie in raising, because he rushed to his stuff, and then he had like 2 trainings set up, so he was just able to establish a super wide board and kill me.
So it wasn't off just a level 3 and a scramble. You named like 3 other cards.
Dude.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he had like the most optimal setup. If he didn't have the scramble, he doesn't have enough to kill me. But the scramble gave him enough to kill me.
Bro lost to Puppets.
And then
Russ says I lost to a level 3 in raising and a scramble, and he goes, well, he also had 2 trainings. Well, yeah, I hope he's set up.
Yeah.
You lost to like multiple cards. Like you lost to the ideal setup. I'd kill to have that.
So game 2, I bricked so hard. I was going first. I had to just pass turn because I had no legal card to play in my hand. Everything was too high a play cost to even enter the board. And then like I eventually almost clapped. I had it set up to where if I could have promoted, I could have double Altares'd him for game. But the turn prior, I swung at his security, and I hit the security shoo out. That also plays a token, so it plays itself and a token. And you have 5 bodies now. I guess this is over.
Yep.
So I just lost on the spot to that.
Well, doesn't that token delete itself at the end of your turn?
I mean, yeah, but he still has the shoo mod.
The extra shoes will cost you, okay.
Yeah.
I had that happen to me versus
like, the token didn't matter, but yeah, the token didn't matter, but the extra level 4 just being on the board now mattered. Because that level 4 then became a Syndril, which was able to overclock per game. So.
Overclocking.
Yeah. And then round 3 I played against
Puppets one, dude.
I had no choice.
Yeah, like it was really awkward for me too. Both games, I just wasn't able to like appropriately play.
Just suspend and stun his board and kill him. It's simple.
He's teched out against you now too.
What's he got in there that I would care about?
Ruin mode.
I don't care about that.
I mean, if he ruin modes you before you can see a Pyldra.
Yeah, but he'd have to do that.
I'm just saying, it's better against you, because it turns off your Davison Kids for 2 turns.
Is that the only thing he has?
Probably, I don't know.
Oh, I have answers to that.
Well, cool. We'll make you play against him, and you guys can sit there and jerk each other off, I guess.
I mean, I'd rather just beat him in Digimon. I don't know what you like to do when you play Ben.
So anyway, round 3, new Chris playing the Jessmon cards. Yeah, I mean, Chris kind of already talked about it. I just wanted to, I mean, it's still nice to get new people, but, you know.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
It is really nice to get new people. I was happy when you guys said that.
Like I said, hopefully he sticks around.
I
Yeah.
did let him know that we also have a second local, so hopefully he starts going to both.
Sick.
Is that this week or next week? We don't have one.
Next week.
I think it's next week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the week of pre-release.
That's right. It's like the 14th or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was locals this week. Rather fun.
You know what I just realized? We didn't get any release event cards for the release event.
We got him this week.
No. Oh, the cards you missed out on, Sean, weren't anything crazy. It was the Shumons. Yeah, we got more of the Agumon stuff, and then we got the Shumons and the Boston.
Bastemon. Oh,
Bastemon, yeah.
I want those. Even though it kind of sucks, I think the art's pretty.
Everyone literally got their Shumons and all turned to Ben and just he has like 6 Shumons now, I think. We all just turned around and gave him Shumons.
Yeah, no one.
I don't think he actually has that many, but he did end up with a playset just from us giving them to him.
He's the only one that cooks on puppets.
AJ did hold on to your stuff, because you got first place last week, so he didn't hand that stuff out because it was supposed to be for last week.
I didn't get first place last week.
Are you sure? Brandon looked it up, and I thought
Josh
you were
did.
first. Oh, Josh did. Oh,
He was
I-
he was one of the people tied for second.
Yeah, I can't.
gotcha. Okay, that's what it was.
I
That's
won
what
the.
it was.
I won the
Okay.
previous week in the Evo Cup.
Okay.
Which
Well, he got some stuff in, so
Okay. Looking forward to getting my
Still
second
no-
Omni at some point.
still no Evo Cup stuff.
Maybe one day. So weekly reveals, we got SP Nokia. This looks worse than the alt art.
Now, the only thing I could see that I do like it, I do think it's cool, I like the Wargreymon and the Melga, but I agree, I don't think it's as good as the alt art. The only thing I can imagine making this card better would be like the crazy texture they could put on it, and that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like how clean the art is. You know, of course they got her in a very suggestive pose. You know,
They do, unfortunately, even though I think you guys told me she's also a child.
I don't know about her. I think she's like probably high school, so yes, still a child.
Yeah, still a baby.
Brandon, they're all still They're still all like high schoolers, right? I don't remember
That
them ever
cop lady's
saying
an
an
adult,
age
isn't
for
she?
them. Who?
The cop lady, isn't she an adult?
Yes, she's an adult. Yes.
Okay, she has an adult.
I assume
child.
I think the rest are all children. Brand's probably frozen. I'm pretty sure they're all still children in high school. Yes.
Yeah. This art does look cool. I do like it. However, it's tough to beat this one.
Yeah.
This should have
Yes.
been the SP.
Again, another very suggestive pose, but
Yes.
she's holding on to an Agumon and unfortunately a Gabumon, which is adorable.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Thankfully, they made
Now-
the better art the cheaper version.
the only thing I don't like about the first one, Sean, is there's more Gabumon on the card than there is Agumon. Like,
Oh,
look at
yeah.
Agumon; he's like
The
partially
ratio-
cut off.
The ratio is a little off, I agree.
Yeah.
And you honestly can barely tell, like, her hair is covering the War Gray in the SP, too.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's cool. It's just I prefer the regular alt art.
Yeah. And then we have...
And now this one
Finally,
right
we
here.
get to see this actual card after seeing this reveal from the Pokemon Presents.
Let's go. It's beautiful.
It is so pretty. It's gonna be nice dropping this on people. It looks so.
Oh,
cool.
you're actually gonna play this?
I will probably build CS. CS seems like it would be a fun deck to build.
Be a fun deck. Okay. I'm right there with you, Sean. I might also try and build this deck with this card. Like, obviously, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be as competitive as let's say like Brandon's, like are like that version. Like
Mhm.
there are the other two Omnimons are obviously better, the Ace and the Alter S. But this card just, I mean, we got to play it for just the art.
The art just goes way too hard.
Yeah. So
I feel like you might be CS deck a little bit. It might be way better than Omni DNA.
no, I meant just Omnis.
Yeah,
I meant just the
I was
Omni
gonna
parts.
say,
I didn't mean the whole
probably
deck.
have better-
Sorry.
yeah, you're probably gonna have a better engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just meant this Omni compared to the other Omnis.
I
But
just-
yeah. No,
I just don't-
this is one of the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say this is one of the best starts in the game. I love this.
I agree. I can't wait to see these in person. I just don't understand because I'm looking at the name and I see this. Why is she wearing lingerie? I just don't understand.
I don't think it's lingerie though.
Man,
I think it's just one of those. It's one of those like weird
that's
like,
she's wearing
Japanese
lingerie,
games.
dude.
I don't
I mean,
know,
it's just
man.
a-
You know how-
Besides the
you know how these-
jacket she has on, that is lingerie.
I mean, it's just
It is-
a dress.
it's a dress, but like the thing is, you know how it is in these like video games. They're like they got them dressed out in like stuff that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Now this is
she's-
also, this is an adult.
Yeah, I was about to say
She's
she's
an
an adult,
adult.
right? Yeah, okay. She's
Yes.
of age.
I mean, she might be like above age, if you know what I mean. I don't know if like she even exists as a
Yeah.
normal person.
She's like in a dimension
Uh-huh.
that you have to
All to her
travel
own.
to, all to her own. Yeah.
Huh.
She's like
I'm not
she's
even-
like in a totally separate dimension. We're not sure about her. We just know she's an adult.
Okay.
Yeah, I
She's
might have to
ageless.
look up. I might have to do some research on her character.
Yeah, do some research.
Oh, okay.
This art looks
Um,
cool. I like the cats. The dual cat.
Yes. Well, I mean, you get it though, right?
Yeah,
One's
Lady,
black, one's white.
yeah, Lady Devimon
Well-
and Angelomon.
Though
Yeah.
that's literally them in cats. Yes,
That's them.
that's them.
Why are they cats?
That is them. They turn. I don't know.
Who knows, Sean? I mean, because
You can
Gadomon's a
have-
cat.
So you can have.
Yeah, but it's not an
surprise
actual
Mosquemon.
cat. That is an actual cat.
Yeah, but like,
then you could have surprise Mosquemon.
yeah, that's
Yes.
literally what happens.
Okay.
During the game, she's like, I guess I'll help out. And the two cats turn into Angelomon, Lady Devimon, have a very sensual scene, and turn into Mosquemon.
Okay. Well, this art looks cool.
Agreed.
Yeah, it looks
This
awesome.
this art looks really cool too.
Let me have another child.
Yep.
Do we actually
This
know
one is.
the pro tag's
That's-
age?
That's what I was saying. I'm not sure how old
She looks like a
the
child.
I think they're all in high school though, Brandon. I think
Yeah,
the main character and like I think they're all still in high school. Now this is them being sucked into the cyberspace. Obviously, that's why. That's why you see like the blue like attached
Finger.
onto like
Oh,
in her hair.
okay.
Yeah.
Got a little Wanyamon.
She's like because the main pro tag in this video game has the ability to enter cyberspace, and like they do that by like reaching out their hand and like touching it, and then they like go into it. They get like sucked into it. So
Word? Okay.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
actually from the perspective of the TV that's in Kyoko's like office.
really cool art. I like this one more than the other. Those are the 3 starter Digimon that you get to pick from the game.
Yeah,
So
I don't like how little Agurumon's on it because he was my.
I know.
Okay,
it's
I
just
could not
me.
even. I was like, I don't remember. So this is not the
Yeah.
game I played, right?
Yeah, it
should
has
have
to be.
been.
unless you played
Did you
Hacker's
play
Memory
Hacker's
first.
Memory?
The starters, I had to choose some. I remember one of them was it Betamon?
Okay, so you started with Hacker's Memory. You started with the
I
wrong
don't know.
game.
It's the one that
No,
was
it's not
on.
the-
It's
it's
the
not
one
the
that was
wrong one.
free on PlayStation.
No, it is definitely recommended you play Cyber Sleuth first, because otherwise some things are going to happen in the Hacker's Memory plot.
Yeah,
that
you're not gonna.
make no sense.
No sense.
I played the one that you guys told me to download. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it was free, so
Yeah.
I mean, why not play it? Anyways, yeah, really cool. I like
Yeah,
this art.
It's going to be expensive. SP.
I like
Yes.
how she's holding both of their hands, except Hagurumon. He doesn't get anything.
His little gears.
Fixed art.
Yeah.
What was weird about this one? Oh, I remember seeing this. There's a little glitch from the art, and it's probably the fault of the artist doing something when they created it, and they just left. It's like a silhouette of, I think it's
of a Y.
It's a silhouette of another tamer's name. I think it's Rena, if I'm not mistaken.
It is Rena.
Oh, right.
And then they were like, "Our bad. Here it is. We took that out."
Gotcha.
Then we have the cop, who is of age.
Yes.
She is not a cop. She is a detective.
That's a cop.
Nope. Not
She's making
officially.
some weird coffee.
She's more like a...
You mean that she's
Okay,
a
what
private
do you call
investigator? Because that's not a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not
A detective
yeah.
is a cop.
I mean, they call her a detective, but she's clearly a PI.
Okay.
I think it's because Alphamon doesn't know the difference.
That would make sense. Yeah.
And yep, that coffee is deadly.
This is going to be very expensive because you can see most of her bosom.
Correct. That is literally most of the game.
And then we have this dope alpha that also has a
So
silhouette of her bosom.
Of bosom?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, in case you forgot where I came
Also
from.
awesome.
Yeah. This looks really pretty.
Yeah, it's a sick art.
Yeah.
Especially if like all the gold is like textured.
Mm-hmm. Which I would
Maybe
imagine
the silhouette.
it is.
The
Yeah.
silhouette being textured.
Yeah. This looks like it's going to be really pretty in person.
I just wish
Yeah,
this card
especially-
was a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm surprised
it's
this
really
isn't
nice for just a
premium.
normal alt art.
I think this being premium DP would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we have Yuko.
Yep.
If you know the scene
Pretty cool
from the
art, I
game,
like
you
this.
know. If you know the scene from the game, this is a very good art.
Well, I don't, so I think this is mediocre. She gets an SP, right?
Yeah.
There we go. This is much better. This looks way cooler.
Yeah, this one's really cool.
Yeah, this is going to be gold AF.
I actually prefer the alt art because I actually really like the scene that it's cut from.
Yeah, as someone who has...
No attachment.
Yeah. It's a shame that this is the best they can give Greymon Tribal decks.
Yep.
Mad about this effect. Then we have...
There she is.
Is she an adult?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's running a whole company.
Oh, okay. You said it like... Okay, so this is Lord Nightmon.
Okay, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, she doesn't have to be. She could just be Ray.
Okay. Well, I mean, this looks cool. This is a very suggestive pose, but the art does look nice.
Yeah.
Well, she is very suggestive in the game as well.
Oh, of course she is. Then we have this dude.
This one's creepy as hell. I don't like his face at all.
I don't like the way he's looking at me. He looks
Yeah,
like
I
the
feel like-
Joker.
Stop
Yeah.
looking at me, man.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Look
really
over there.
captured. Yeah, I feel like he really captured the real creepy nature of this character. Because just every
Yeah.
time he shows up in the game, you're like, yeah, get off my screen.
Yeah, get out of here. Go away.
I do like they gave a bunch of uncommon cards, just alt arts in this set, like a bunch of them.
It is nice. I do like that all of these tamers are getting alt arts, and it looks really pretty.
Yeah,
I got this guy. This art
This
looks
one's-
pretty good.
this one looks cool, but then his other art is so much better.
All right, so
I would have preferred if they would have given his normal alt art white hair,
Yeah, that's fair. That
which
one
is another. Yeah, it's another thing from the game, Sean.
I assumed this does look nice, but I think I prefer his regular alt art.
I just like the
prefer
colors.
regular alt art.
The colors do look cool, and if I ever see this in person, maybe I'd change my mind.
Yeah, I just
it's-
like how it pops, like just like the actual like way it looks.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Then we have
Very nice.
Sayo, which that she's definitely a child. There's no way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Are the tamers from Dawn and Dusk? Are they children?
I have no idea.
She looks like she's a child.
She does, but you know how Japan is. Japan's like, hey, this looks like a child. Well, I'm 100 years old, and it's like, what?
Then
why do you look like that?
Yeah, why do you look like that?
Yeah, why do you look like you're 12?
Yeah, this art does look
I'm
really
not
cool.
sure. Yes, agreed.
Purple is my favorite color. Not as a Digimon archetype, but like the actual color. So, I do like this.
Very cool.
Yes, and then we get this beautiful Dianamon. I love when they put the tamers with the Digimon on their alt arts. It looks so good.
I like how she's like riding her scythe like a witch.
Oh, she is. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I agree. I was just because I was talking to Chris, the Jessamon player, the new player from last night.
Okay.
He was talking about. He actually said the reason why he got into the game was because he had seen some of the art and he had liked it so much. So I pulled out some of my binders and was like showing him some of the different arts and stuff like that. And I said one of my favorites were the Mirage Galgamon altar where it's like got the tamer on it and stuff like those. These are some of my favorites where you actually have the tamers on the card with them.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they started doing that again.
Like the promos from, I think they were from BT7. They were campaign rares or whatever. They were the textured.
Those were cool.
Yeah, textured white background with the season 1 kids with their megas, and the kid was on there. All of those cards suck basically, but they were beautiful arts.
Yeah,
that's what this reminds me of. Looks really good.
Very cool.
That's sick.
Do we get a...
Also, what is this?
This is from the card game mobile game.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing... I've been seeing some of the videos and stuff from it, like Cubimon's getting, or Brinamon's getting a new level 4, which I'm sure we're going to see here in a little bit. I haven't seen too much on it, but they have been putting out different little new cards and stuff out for it.
I can't wait for us to finally get that mobile game. I think it's going to cause a boom for the actual card game.
Yeah, that white one right there, Brandon, is like a new Cubimon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they just ripped off Alolan Ninetales.
Well, not really. Basically, they both ripped off the same, like, fairy tale, I guess.
I'm going with my narrative.
Ninetale Fox.
Yeah, Ninetale Fox.
You're right, Brandon. Only Pokemon had a nine-tailed fox. You're right.
Yes.
Guess Naruto did it too.
Yeah. So this is actually going to be a new card. It's SD1, which I guess that's going to be the Elysian set. I don't know.
Okay.
Starter deck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay. That would make sense.
It's probably going to be the starter deck you get for
like
beginning of the game.
Well, hopefully it doesn't cost money. Reptilimon. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. Inheritable your turn's Digimon with the Elysian trait gains security attack +1. All of these cards have the Elysian trait.
That screams starter deck card.
Yeah.
This is literally starter deck Greymon, but for...
Yeah. Well, it's like a level 5, right?
Yeah, it is.
He's a level... Yeah.
So, based on the videos we've seen, it looks like you're basically going to start from the beginning of the actual card game. And, like, that's where the power level is going to be. So, like, looking at these cards and thinking of them, like, in the first set of the game, I think they're actually going to be decent.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
well,
I'm assuming we will...
5 hats on.
Yeah, I'm assuming we are going to get these as actual physical cards, obviously.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's their plan. It'd be silly.
It's like Sean said. We'll get a set of... like, which is kind of weird. I hope that the power level isn't that low, but it could be one of those like sets they put out where it's just like, hey, this is kind of for like beginners, you know, like, which would be cool, but also kind of suck because it's like this isn't advancing our game.
It's going to be like a normal card game progression. You start off slow, and then you just keep raising the power level. Like, didn't TCG Pocket do the same thing?
I'm talking about the physical card game. Like, if they release this, like,
if these cards are probably going to be okay in the Elysian game, but if we print them in our current game with the power level where it's at, they're not really going to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I would just do that as a promo set. I wouldn't do it as like an actual physical release.
I guess it does depend on how many actual new cards they like choose or like make.
Either way, I think it's a good idea to print them IRL because it'll create a bridge for people that like the mobile game but also want to play like their favorite stuff, and if their favorite stuff doesn't exist in physical form, they're gonna be like, I don't really.
Right, and then they'll take those to your locals and get pub stomped because they're like BT1 and 1.5.
Unfortunately, yes, that will also happen. So we have a blue Viximon. It's an Elysian trait. All of these are Elysian trait. Inheritable when attacking. Once returned to the Digimon has the Elysian trait. Trash the bottom source of one of your opponent's Digimon.
Yep. Very early game set.
Very BT1 vibes.
Yeah, early source strip was bad.
Yes.
So.
Tankomon, which it's the Alolan Ninetales.
Okay.
When Digivolving, draw one. Inheritable, your turn. This Digimon gets 1,000 DP.
That's not bad.
That's
I mean,
actually it's not terrible.
Draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have Sekamon.
I'm very surprised that Inheritable isn't just jamming.
That would have been way
Blue
too
level
good for BT.
Blue level 4.
That would have been way too good for BT1 level power.
I agree.
Remember how broken jamming was on like the 3 cards that had it in the first couple of sets?
Right.
Jamming Vmon?
That Vmon.
The
that
Vmon
Vmon
was
lasted forever.
$10+ rare because it was just cracked for just having jamming written on it. Sekamon, when Digivolving, trash the bottom 2 sources of one of your opponent's Digimon. Inheritable when attacking. Once returned to Digimon has Elysian traded unsuspends.
That's
really good.
That's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. That's really good for early days.
Yeah. And then we have this tamer, Volner Dragno. I don't know. It's
That's probably how I'd say it.
Yeah, memory setter. Main, if you have a Digimon with the Elysian trait, trash the bottom source of one of your opponent's Digimon by suspending this tamer. That's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, he's also a memory setter, I guess, so.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be a payoff with the level 6 suspend a tamer. You get to do something almost like an All Force.
There's probably going to be something going on with that. Source. It seems to be source strip, and then, yeah, her just being able to suspend it is kind of nice. Alright, and back to real cards.
Yep. Higher res, right?
Kyoko,
oh, no, that's new.
2-star. This looks really good.
Yeah, it does. Real nice.
Instead of Booba being silhouette, Alphamon's silhouette.
That is true.
I mean, Booba's still up front and center.
It's so funny. These cards are going to be so absurdly expensive, even if these decks suck, just because it's tits on all of them.
Bro, getting all
their favorite Digimon.
Fuck.
Yeah, imagine trying to max rarity one of these decks. Like, imagine trying to max rarity CS, like, out the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I hope you got deep pockets. Then we have these. I think we get higher reses of them later. Yeah, we do. Okay. We're actually going to get 1 token as a box topper pack. Please do this with all like 15 tokens we now have in the game, Bandai, where you print an official token and make it easily accessible. Instead of giving us that.
This is cool looking.
Yeah, this is going to be in the box topper pack for BT22. It's the only token we're getting, though, which is kind of stupid. I'm sure Ben's overjoyed, but I would like the other 15 tokens.
What the hell? You put a pack in there with like Diabormon this and like Jessmon. Like, those are all like real decks that people play.
We did a count Tuesday night, and there's legitimately like 15 different tokens you can generate in the game now.
Yeah. That's weird that they're only doing this one.
I love the Syndrel in the top. The most posh looking Syndrel face ever, doing like the
Yeah, this does look really good. Ideally they continue with this and print the rest of the tokens. The stupid thing they did with EX9 where you get like a blank token that you can like fill in the space. That was dumb. Please just print official tokens. Please make them textured.
Write your own effects on the token.
Yeah, we will give you money in exchange for textured tokens that you print yourself instead of going on Etsy and getting fan-made ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you even use fan-made tokens at like actual events?
You can.
Yeah.
Okay, you can.
There's nothing stopping it.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want. The only time you might not be able to do that is if it's representing another IP and you're on stream.
That's right.
Be like, please don't use that. Like how Dan had to re-sleeve his deck because he had Pokemon sleeves.
Right.
But yeah, it looks really good. Please give us the rest of them. I'm sure Ben is really happy about that. Did we already know about this card?
We did.
This is just the alt arts, right?
This is just the alt art.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. I don't want to have to read it again. Yeah, this looks really good. That's about all I can say.
Ariamon.
Yeah.
Arimon.
However you want to say it.
Yeah. Level 7 for the Marine deck.
Yeah. For the sea aquatic whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Puss in Boots alt.
This one looks pretty cool. I like this one.
Wanyamon. It's like a watercolor vibes.
Yeah. There's a couple things I absolutely love about this art. Number one, it gives perspective to how big he is. He is literally a level 7, the size of Gatomon.
Uh-huh.
And two, his sword is a toy.
It's what?
A cat toy.
Oh my god, it is. I couldn't... That's really funny. Well, he is a cat, so I mean, it makes sense.
He is. He is a cat.
That's
Nice.
Antonio
He does
Banderas.
not
What are you
fear.
talking about?
He does not fear death.
Yes, Puss in Boots. This might actually make me build puppets.
Just this card.
Because I like this card.
He's cool.
Yeah, he is
Like
cool.
they gave them the best level 7. Does what is it? Shoto have a level 7 yet? Like
Shoto?
No,
is
not
Zephica?
yet.
No, he just has Zephica Ace, which is like a pseudo 7.
That's crazy. They gave puppets a level 7 before Shoto got his.
And the Marine deck. That's also a Liberator deck.
Well, they have Aegis.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I don't think
Well,
Aegis is a Liberator.
Liberator.
Oh, is like a specific for her Liberator deck. Like that other Digimon, that one is specific for the. Like, look
Yeah,
how this one Digivolves on top of
Quinlan.
Marine Bullmon
I gotcha.
and
yeah.
Yao Quinlan. Like, this is their level 7, just like how the cat is for puppets.
Okay.
But it's also Arisa's level 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's also Wanyamon down there, which is also like a cat. Yeah.
Yeah,
It is a cat.
Yeah.
They were like, how many cats do we have in the IP? Put all of them on this card, please. Yeah, we're just missing Black Gato. There's probably more cats than that, but...
Oh, yeah. Uber.
I mean,
Oh, they have this
there's
little...
definitely.
This little Tama is also a cat.
I think that's just a claw.
I think this
I
is
don't
like
think
the...
that's a real Digimon.
I think this is the Prevo of Wanya.
It is not.
Alright, let's... Whatever. Expert over
Yeah,
here.
whatever.
Whatever.
Alright, what's the next
I think
card?
that one's real. Then we have alt art for Rena. She is drop kicking somebody.
Barbamon, which also happens.
We're getting some solid underboob action from this child. Thank you, Bandai. Very
Yep.
cool. And she's wearing a skirt, but they
No,
you
she
know.
wears shorts.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell from this angle.
You can tell a lot better in the next art.
Yeah, art looks cool.
I will say it's very fitting that she's kicking Barbamon in the face. She is the other tamer that throws hands with
Throws hands
Digimon.
with Digimon. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, the CS deck's gonna be so expensive. Although
Yep.
I don't think you would play this in CS, even though it has a CS trait. Then we have this beautiful alt art for the unnecessary All Force Ace.
The pretty.
All I'm saying is her thigh gap is way too. That is unrealistic.
It is really odd, but you have to remember she is a child. But yeah,
Feel
that does
crazy.
look that thigh gap right there makes it seem like she's really malnourished.
Yeah, like when she needs to eat.
Yeah. All Force
Anyways,
is
yeah.
giga chatting in this pose.
No, yeah, he's aura farming hard.
Yeah. This makes me want to play the card in something, even though it kind of sucks, just because of how pretty this is.
It is a
looks-
very pretty card.
Yeah, this looks really nice.
I
playing a
think
Royal
this
Knight,
might
Sean?
be. Yeah, you could. It is technically playable in Royal Knights.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 2-drop on turn 0.
Yep. Yeah. I think this might be a set where I think there's only one alt art. If I got it, I'd be like, ah. And that's Oryu, whatever he's called. The stupid Atmon card.
Oh, I read this one.
right.
Yeah, Aranus Mon, that's right.
Aranus Mon, yes.
Like, I wouldn't even
the last
mind
one?
the Liberator
Yeah,
cards,
that
because
was the last one.
they're actually beautiful. I think we are officially done with the set.
Yeah, I said that earlier. That was that All Force was the last
Final
card revealed for BT22.
Well, I was talking about the alt arts as well. Like, I think we're officially done with it.
No, yeah. That's the last official card, like, revealed.
Yeah, so
Art-wise as well.
we're probably gonna have a bit of a drought until they start revealing EX10.
I mean, they've already started revealing
more
EX10.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying they usually like take a week or two. Now that we're back to the normal rotation,
We'll see.
because I feel like these last few sets have been pretty rushed out because of the merging.
Well, it's always been like that. We have like EX set for like a couple weeks, and it's like, all right, here's the main set, and then it's a little while,
And then
like
it's another
months,
EX set reasons.
and then it's EX, and then it's like another set right away, then months.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they do it. EX sets have always kind of been just like
There.
little sets that are like nothing really too competitive's in here, but we gotta make some money.
EX9 is such a
Also,
terrible set.
I'm gonna pay the cat tax because she is very cute right now. She's all cinnamon rolled.
She is cinnamon roll.
She's hugging. Yeah, she's
She
hugging.
looks like
her,
an Olympic diver.
Bottom paws. Yeah, cat tax.
Yeah. I can hear my dog sleeping in the living room.
Damn, you got a loud dog.
She's a snorer.
Yeah, Brandon, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. I have a kitty cat. She doesn't make any noises except at 3 in the morning when she just decides, "Hey, I hunted this tiny toy. You must acknowledge me."
That's making noise then.
Yeah.
It doesn't wake me. It wakes E. I sleep right through it. So as far as I was concerned, no noises were ever made.
From my perspective, cats don't make noise. Alright, comment questions. Dr. Fab671, I hope the Eater deck is good. Wonder if it'll get more support in BT23. Sure, playing your Mother Eaters on its own isn't an almost guaranteed win like the big playing Royal Knights and 7 Demon Lords. But once you have 10 sources, you can play other species forms for free and alliance your way to victory. But that also means you need multiple Akimi out. Seems like a lot of extra steps. Really hope we eventually get an Eater field spell that gives them rush if Mother Eater is out or something.
I do believe we will be getting more support. It'll be a little bit more of like a branched out stuff in BT23 for like the Hacker's Memory stuff, because there are Eaters in that, but that's on like the main. That's not like the main thing in Hacker's Memory.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get support, but it's not going to be like a lot, I don't feel, because obviously we're going to be focusing more on the new bad guy Digimon, Arcadiamon. He's definitely going to be like this deck's like purple archetype, most likely. He'll either be purple or black, and I'm feeling that archetype's definitely purple.
It's gotta be purple.
Yeah.
Bad Digis are purple. Those are the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Evil dude.
And sometimes black.
Yeah, I'm also hoping Eaters is. I don't think Eaters will be like competitive, but I definitely think it'll be like semi-competitive deck where it'll be fun. It just depends on if someone can like break the deck, make it like actual viable.
I think it'll be too slow, like you said.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Adaptive reasoning. When I saw Gamemon was getting 2 cards in the next set, I was also confused, but hey, I'll take it. I really like the Wezen Gamma for my build. I think the deck will get a new Gulas and Regulus in the villain set. Maybe another purple Edgelord Gamma, so that might be why we got breadcrumbs to tide us over after the BT21 overhaul. Sorry for creeping into your set, Brandon. If they really like me personally, they'll throw me a new Arcturus and Approxima in the villain set, but they didn't make it into the anime, so I'm not holding my breath. Ghost Game's ending was kind of a big wet fart where an end boss was hinted at, but then the writers got tired, I guess, so it kind of just ends with Arcturus and Proxima being Sir's not appearing in this film yet. They're only in the Vital Bracelet toys.
Well, that kind of sucked. Yeah. I mean, they've obviously brought over other Digimon and stuff from like other media, so if it's as long as it's in a media somewhere, I'm assuming it will eventually make its way into the game.
Agreed.
And Yeah, like we
Or
said, they
PL.
are gonna eventually throw enough stuff at the wall that Gamamon, like some archetypes, will at least be viable.
It is a pro tag
Not,
archetype, so it'll get support until it's tier 1.
yeah. Eventually, someone will crack the code and like they'll have so much viable support. It's like, okay, we finally, after years, can like play this deck.
Yeah. Ricaria 3090. It's worth mentioning that Raidmon Ace is the first uncommon ace. Is that true?
I'm thinking. I think all the others have been supers
There's rares.
or rares. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think so. I can't think of any other uncommon aces. There's no level 4 aces. All the level 5s are super rares. All the level 6s are super rares. All the 7s are super rares. Yeah.
There's gotta be
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
There's gotta be a way to check that. I remember there's a way for me to search rare, or not rares, but aces on here, but I can't remember what it was. Is it that word? Does that help? Sort of. Bye, Brandon.
Yeah, he's been frozen for a second.
5, 6, 7.
I am back.
Yeah, it looks like that is the case. Huh. Well, that'll be cool, I guess. That'll make it a lot easier to get aced in the pre-release event. Or the release event, whatever the hell they call it now. Justin So 8231, you know what, guys? I hate cards that break lore. Honestly hate that Magdangemon can evolve into War Greymon just because they have the adventure trait. Pokemon has lore breaking cards too, like basic Dragonite that you don't have to Evo into. Cards like that take me out of the game.
I mean, we gotta remember, Digimon is very, very, like any Digimon. Yeah, it's very loose. Like, a lot of Digimon can digivolve into anything. There's no specific lines. Like, obviously we all know about, like, the specific lines where it's like Agu, Gray, Metal, and then War. Yeah, like, those are like the anime ones where it's like they wanted to keep those lines very specific because, one, they want to sell toys, and two, it's like, hey, we want these Digimon to be recognizable.
Yeah.
But if you go and play any game or look at any lore, you look at like the level 3s, like the Tamas, dude, they go into like 8 different Digimon. You look at those level, you go to those ones, the rookies, they go into like 8 different Digimon. Like, there's no specific line for any of these Digimon. As long as their like types are similar, and even sometimes that doesn't even matter, they can digivolve into anything. Because they're data. They're not actual like, you know, I mean, they are living creatures, but they're data, which means they can shape and, you know, change to transform into anything.
Yeah, think about it this way. In the original V-Pets and the original World 1, every single level 3 can turn into Numamon.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all about how you took care of them.
And then you use that Numamon to eat all the poop that was left on the world map, and then they would die, and then you start over.
Yep. And you cleaned up all the poop.
Yep. Sean doesn't get that. Just know, in the world games, you do have to take your Digimon to the bathroom, Sean.
That's good to know, I guess.
Yep,
they will poop on the floor.
Thanks. Random Mexican 123.
Nope. Just think about it. Just think about it, Sean.
Oh, you're making me think more about this? Okay.
Yes. Look at the Numamon card from EX9.
No.
Just think about it. No. Just look at it. He's literally holding all that poop.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't feel like looking at that card right now. Nokia is on play as well, so Miria is better in Omni confirmed.
Correct.
I agree, but I just don't know, like, would you even make space for that? Wouldn't you just play the Nokia?
Yeah,
like, I know it's like less memory.
He's just
but
saying it's better in that deck than if you were to play it in a Masty deck.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
might actually consider playing Mirai because it is also a draw power card. It could replace Heir of Dragons.
Yeah.
And it being purple and yellow gives me extra colors to activate my starter deck. So
That is true.
That makes sense.
That's gonna be funny. Good luck getting the alt arts. Never mind, you don't bling out your deck because you suck.
Even though he only plays the one deck.
I will try my hardest to bling out Nokia's, but if Mirai makes the cut, I don't think it's happening.
There is no Nokia has to be blinged out. What the hell
How do you sit
mean?
there and play one deck for like basically a year?
Years. It's been years at this point.
And you're
Think
like,
about how many DNA's out. How? What set were those cards in?
BT17.
Okay, so it's been
a year.
It's been a year.
And before that was all Melga. And even Melga was never truly maxed out.
Get the alt art Melgas. Those things are still expensive.
Yeah.
Anyways, Broco.
No, I got better things to spend my money on sometimes.
No. There's
Figures
nothing
don't count.
better to spend your money on.
But he came with crypto. Look at him.
I would much rather have a shiny card in my deck that I get to draw and look at multiple times a week.
I don't know. Crypto's pretty cool, Sean.
I disagree.
He is a dog. He is a dog.
I disagree.
And then, like, you know, I've got like Batman.
Now that one,
stuff.
no thanks.
Dog, spend your money. Is that Batfleck?
No, it's based on the year 1 comic.
Okay. Spend your money on shiny cardboard like the rest of us. A random Mexican also said, it is a version 5 so it can be used for Machinedramon, if that was what Chris was wondering about. Talking about
I don't remember which.
Datamon.
Datamon. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
The new Machinedramon, not the
old one, yeah.
Yeah. Justin Soy 231. When are we going to see Digimon Tamers try? 01 and 02 got them as adults. When is Digimon Tamers getting a show where they are adults?
Bro, they hate the 02 kids. They hate them.
He's talking about Takato, Henry.
Screw those guys. I didn't watch that season. Don't care.
That's actually one of the better seasons, story-wise at least, especially towards the end. That story's done. Like, I mean, I couldn't imagine them doing anything more with it.
Every season.
Nah. We always
the Try movies. The Try movies. While I enjoyed them, you could have also said that the first 2 seasons arcs were done too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, like it'd be cool.
We always need more Agu.
I feel like they're definitely going to be pushing the season 3 coming. Because think about it this way: we got Try, we got New Evolution or whatever it was called, that stupid 02 movie that introduced Ukomon. Like Tamers is up next.
Yeah, I just don't know because they're doing the new anime. It's like Beat Break or whatever. So I don't know. Like maybe they'd put out like a movie.
Yeah, like a special or a movie.
What, Sean?
Break.
Beat.
Oh, I think my lawn is being mowed right now.
I can hear it.
Go out there and get some grass.
The lawnmower definitely just passed by the window in my office.
Yeah, go rub some grass on you, Sean.
No. Gurren Raider 25 also said it's not a cyborg, but it is a version 5, which worked with new Machinedramon.
Yep. If you want to play that version.
Yeah. Justin So 8231. Who would each of you have as a Digimon partner?
Agumon.
We both know Sean is going to have Danny DeVimon. Nothing.
You want pick Vmon? It's that or like Pawn Chessmon.
Voiced by
Why the hell would it be Pawn Chessmon?
Because it digivolves into Nightmon, which then digivolves into Lord Nightmon.
Yeah.
I would just take the Mega as my partner Digimon.
That's not how that works.
Okay.
That's not how that works.
It'd be one of the Chessmons, which then digivolve into Nightmon, which then digivolve, or not Nightmon, what's a Gladiemon, which then digivolves into Nightmon, and then Lord Nightmon, and then they can just stay as Lord Nightmon.
As long as you feed them and keep them up. But feeding a Mega
So Brandon's is obviously Gabumon. I'm assuming that's why you didn't answer the question.
Gabumon. Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
Obviously Gabumon.
I think.
Also, it's going to be a Vmon voiced by Danny DeVito. Like, come on.
I prefer that over this stupid accent from the show.
So would it be Vmon if he didn't have the that voice?
It quite possibly could.
An improvement.
You've played more Vmon than you have any other deck.
I don't know if that's
at this point. Yes, you've played it more than Shine.
Either that, or we
played
give
it
you
more than Lord.
Yeah, either that, or we give you a little black Agumon.
So it's between 3.
Okay.
It's between
Pillow.
It's Pillowmon.
Actually, I think it's between 4.
Okay.
Just reminded me. Yeah. So it's Patamon, Black Agumon.
Okay.
The Agumon that evo's into Shine.
With the bands?
Yeah, with the bands, the Dinosaur Agu. And Vmon.
Okay.
But not the
if you had
Vmon
to
from
pick
the show.
specifically one of those, who would you narrow it down to?
That's really tough. It'd have to be... I'm trying to think of, like, what is most likely the least annoying one.
Oh, Ban's Agumon is out then.
It'd probably have to be Black
Agumon.
I would just assume he'd be the least annoying.
Yeah, I think he'd be the most chill.
Yeah.
And stoic, yeah. But he'll be asking you questions like, Sean.
What is my existence?
Yeah,
what's up? What's up, Black Agumon? What is my purpose?
What is my purpose?
What is life?
That would still be less annoying than like Patamon's super whiny in the anime.
Yeah, but I'm assuming we're not getting.
Yeah, we wouldn't get those exact ones, which makes it hard for me. I don't know. All of them.
Because I think the reason why they get paired up with their partner Digimon is because their personalities are supposed to like.
Yeah,
you know,
Nokia gets 2 partners. I want 4.
They're not partners though.
Yeah,
they're like.
Well, in that case specifically, it's more like becomes their partner, but it's a choice. Like they choose.
Yeah, they choose to help each other. Yeah, they're like. Because Nokia obviously wants to like help because she's not doing anything, and she's always kind of just in the way. And then she meets this Agumon and Gabumon who were War Greymon and Metal at one point, but they end up getting their butts handed to them, and then she helps them, and then they all come together and they're like, hey, we want to help. And then through that like friendship and camaraderie is what happens with the Omni
training arc.
All right,
that's training arc.
Small training arc.
That's my story, but with those 4 Digimon that I named.
Okay.
Well, you know, if it was like the Cyber Sleuth universe, that's 1,000% possible.
There you go.
You'd also have more.
There you go. Yeah. I'd be okay with those 4. I don't think I would need more than that. I would want to Lord Nightmon at some point, but I'm not going to take upon Chessmon.
Yeah, if I was to pick multiple, I think I'm definitely getting Gabumon, Hagurumon, because I do love Justymon. Unfortunately, he's very bad, awful in the game.
You do?
And
you like Justymon?
Justymon's design is cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
No. That's just surprising to hear from Brandon because he's never even sniffed a Justymon deck.
Yeah,
yes, because the deck is bad.
It does suck.
I pulled all the alt arts and was gonna play it in that EX2 set. And was like, "Oh, this sucks. This is bad."
So
he's literally Great Saiyaman. He's Great Saiyaman, and that Brandon loves Great Saiyaman.
I hate Great Saiyaman. I hate him so much.
And then for a third, I'd take a Vmon specifically for All Force.
I'm cool with all of his Evos.
Yeah, I'd get the Vidra line. So I'd get Vidramon, Arrow Vidramon, All Force.
I would want access to Ulforce and Magna X.
I'm trying to think of what my Justy line would be if I start at Hagurumon.
You don't even have to. You can just go with Dorimon. Strike Dramon, and then Cyber Dramon, and then Justymon.
Well, I was trying to think, because that's how it is in Cyber Sleuth. It's, you start at Haguru. I think you can go Strike on Cyberdra, and then I can't remember if it was in the game. I think you might have had to go on with Gardramon.
You went with Gardramon, which digivolved into Cyberdramon.
Yeah. What?
But yeah.
Justimon is awesome.
Next question, Sean.
It's really surprising. I've never even knew you liked Justimon that much.
His design is cool. It's just really bad in the card game, and Brand's not going to play something that's that bad.
I mean, he's been playing Omni Ace for like a year.
But the deck, at least the deck is like semi-competitive.
I have a win condition.
I mean, that's
yeah.
JCMT1010, thank you for being a channel member. I am dying listening to Chris lose it over this match. What am I supposed to do?
Be better.
Which match was it?
Hold on.
I don't know. It's super early. If I click on the timestamp, you're just sitting there like this.
I mean, it's true. What was I supposed to do? I don't remember what I'm talking about, but what am I supposed to do?
Oh.
Sean to laugh. Okay, there it is. There it is. I knew it was coming.
It was when you decked out versus AJ playing Shaq.
Right. Oh.
And what am I supposed to do?
Just kill him.
That was fun. That was funny. Good times. Good times.
Yes.
Hold on, Sean. We need to blast Chris a bit here. So this man spent 2 weeks complaining we were going to have to do a release event because he wanted to play Machinedramon so badly. Mm-hmm. And then all last night he was like, oh, I don't want to play in the tournament because I want to play test my DM Ultra deck. I don't want to play Machinedramon. I want to play test my DM Ultra deck.
That's not what happened. Yeah, I maybe I do. Like, I know you sound different from what you like hear yourself speak. Yeah. I mean, I could sound like that. I don't know. No, Brandon, that's not what happened. I was just like, hey, I want to play test this deck. It seems like it'd be fun. Doesn't mean I'm just gonna not play Machinedramon.
I don't know. You didn't want to. It seemed like you really didn't want to play Machinedramon last night.
Probably got sick of losing with that version.
Damn right.
Engagers games. Only Saya was in Cyber Sleuth. You fight Demon Lords with her, so no Apollo line, but we are getting that ace.
Really?
She's in what? Cyber Sleuth? Is she really?
According to this comment, I have no way of fact checking this. I'm not going to Google that.
I mean, it would make sense. I don't remember her being in there.
It's been so long since I played the game, I legitimately don't remember. I think Dianamon's line is in the game. Yeah,
I don't remember her.
I don't remember her as a character showing up.
Brian, look it up.
Oh, God.
Benjamin Wiseman 6567. Considering how many Marimon are in the game, that Boltmon could be pretty fun and crazy. That's a deck I never knew I needed, but I'm looking forward to trying it. Plus I get to tell my opponent, welcome to the Flame game.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen like an early version of that deck actually get played, and it does have like this little crazy loop that you can get going with the Boltmon and those Flamedramons. Looked pretty cool. I don't know, again, don't know how competitive it's going to be, but it looked fun. It just looked like a neat little thing to do. Yeah, she is in the game.
It's been so long, I've just blanked that from my mind.
But Ko is not?
I guess not. Is Ko in Hacker's memory? That would be something they would do.
I'll look it up.
My dog has come into the office and now she's sitting like in front of my desk. She doesn't like loud noises, which include lawnmowers.
Fair. Most dogs don't.
Yeah.
How do you spell Ko's name? Is it like spelled weird?
K-O-H.
Yeah, K-O-H, yeah.
Last night, letting her out and trying to get her to pee was such a process. Because there's just fireworks going off in our neighborhood the whole time.
Right.
I did not get an immediate hit, so I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Oh, that's disappointing.
That is very strange. I completely forgot about that.
Sean, I did find a picture I think you might be interested in.
Yep.
Why the hell are they wearing captain hats?
Because you can accessorize your Digimon in those games. You can give them little hats. You can give them crowns. You can give them little sails.
I know, sweetie. It's okay. She's grumbling.
It's like, please destroy that lawnmower.
If I let her out, she'd go
Father
bark
help.
at it, but that's all she would do. Did Brandon freeze again? It sounded like he was going to say something. Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
I just said I was referencing the meme. Father help.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Father help.
She keeps looking back at me like I'm going to do something about the noise. Dauntless Odin 5648. Funnily enough, New Lord Nightmon is actually Dark Nightmon support. You can use Kashibi's effect to delete BT10 Nene, gain a memory, digivolve into Lord Nightmon for a total cost of like 2 memory or something. Attack with Raid and Reboot. Prey opponent doesn't have an ace target, maybe. LOL.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I thought too when I saw the deck. I was like, this is Dark Knight support.
Unfortunately. They said, edit about the BT22 Mare. I meant to emphasize that pure Maste has awful issues with card advantage / search and keeping turn since the deck's only dedicated searches are level 4s that are hard to play without passing turn. Starter deck got him on at least. The reason the setup trash in Maste isn't for Maste itself, it's utilize EX9 Mare to digivolve into a Gatomon into a level 5 from the trash for cheaper. A 3-cost card that lets you dump a level 5 for 2 draws at least more justifiable than a 5-cost level 4 that searches, especially turn 1. I don't know, I don't think New Mirror is bad, and I think it does address one issue of the deck. Where am I partition Mastimon, though?
Yeah, partition Mastimon would be really cool. Like, it desperately needs that.
If
Maybe next set.
I want them to either print partition on a Mastimon or give us new level 5s that give it as an inheritable. I know that would
At
be
least one of them.
Yeah, I know that would be completely different than every other instance of partition we've ever had, but I think it would be better if they did that than give us a whole new Mastimon, just because we already have good Masties. We just need either a protection effect, which they gave him Scapegoat, but I think partition would be significantly better.
Yeah, the core itself is the problem, not like the level 6s.
Yeah, they just, if Mastimon losing board, which is going to happen a lot of the time, just sets them back so far. I don't know. The deck, I think if the right way to support it could be tier 1, but I don't know.
I mean, it is 2 of the better colors in the entire game, yellow and purple, so.
Arguably the 2 best. There's an argument for blue being in there, but it's 2 of the top 3 for sure. Kyle Newey 9278. Okay, so I'm building Justimon and I'll let you know how it goes. Smiley face. Good luck.
Brave soldier.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. Dat Jedi dude. Hey Sean, any chance we can get your local fisherman's list in a deck profile vid? You bring him up quite a bit and say it's a solid deck.
If he ever shows up.
There's a list on the channel. If he comes again, which he should, he's just been having some availability issues lately, but I'll get an updated deck profile from him next time I see him, because he has it built.
Yeah.
Green Hill Mario. Central's tower is a laser cannon. She needs it, trust. Also, I guess, actually, you can use Mirai to reduce the Central play cost to 8 for the worst overclock body ever. Oh well, better for combos probably because 3-cost Evo than starter. Good for what it is, not what it does. Kaguya and Puss in Boots really are the boss monsters of puppets now. Sag.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I literally think Ben only plays Syndrome for that, for like
For the
end
game
of
shot.
turn overclock. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he used it against me every time he end of turn overclocked for game. Otherwise, he was always going into Kaguya.
Yep. His biggest issue whenever we were seeing these cards revealed, he was like, none of this new stuff gives me overclock, but it's all so much better than what we have.
Yeah. Yeah, if they would have also had overclock, they would have been way too strong.
Agreed. We don't want to make puppets good. Iolcos 6-4. They have to include some filler because there's still BT23 and it's largely the same Digimon in the 2 games, so they're probably just splitting them between the 2. This is when we were talking about they give us filler stuff in the CS set.
It still sucks to have filler, though.
There are about 350 Digimon in Cyber Sleuth, and I think it's like 380 or something like that in Hacker's Memory. And you're telling me we have to include app?
That's a good point. No one wants Arenas.
Yeah, like, you're telling me we couldn't actually put proper level 5s and level 6s for the starter deck trio? because now we're going to have to get a new starter deck trio with Gatsu, Beta, and Pal, I think it is. And, like, now we're going to have to get those? I fundamentally disagree with that. I think this set could have been purely cards from the game, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it would have been an EX set, I would have taken that. If it would have just been an EX set with just cards from the game, like we've done before.
That would have been nice. Doru.
So many options.
Doru3428, thank you for being a channel member. Just a little icing on the cake of the god-awful Old Force. It does an Evo and Arrow for 3. It's 4 for everything except CS trait.
It's so bad.
That makes it even worse.
It doesn't even make it into a normal Old Force deck now.
Yeah, it's just going to be pretty and sitting in a binder. I'm the Mr. Fox Man. One of the level 4s does minus 2k per face down card, and you can train in the breeding area. The X Tyrannomon bounces lowest level. Version 4 may actually be a deck I make too, as a gimmicky low cost deck.
It is.
Yeah,
I mean, it is. It's
going forward.
It's also got the Monochromon that has the Digivolve.
Yeah, I played against someone playing version 4 last Monday, or this past Monday, or whatever. And then Will built version 4 this week. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's an okay deck. It's not tier 1 or anything, but I mean, it could probably do okay at a local level.
Yeah.
And it would be very cheap to build. The entire archetype.
Well, actually not true. Earlier this week, I picked up my analog use for $2 a piece. I'm talking, I bought these Tuesday.
Okay.
All 4 for about $2 each. I checked just last night. Regular art analog use are now 10 to 12, and the alt arts are 20 plus.
Why?
Because the analog use are literally used in everything but puppets from that set. You have to play in all the DM decks. You have to play 3 to 4 analog use.
God.
So I think they're just now getting bought out.
They are, yeah. They're the cheapest non-alt is $12. At that point, you might as well get the alts. Yeah, they're basically bought out.
Yep, because they're being played in everything. I don't think any of the DM decks are crazy competitive. I think version 4 and Chimera Rush definitely will have some representation because people are interested in those decks and think that they have a chance to compete.
Yeah, they don't. For anyone wondering, you can probably be okay at a local level, but if you play against a bunch of tier 1 decks, you're not going to win.
Chimera Rush seems interesting, but it seems just like a worse version and a smaller version of Machine Dramon.
Yeah.
Instead of going into a big boss level 6 monster, you're going into a level 5 boss monster, which seems okay, but it just requires so much to happen to get to that point that it's just you're playing a slower deck. So.
JFox50, dang, Chris is sassy this episode, lol.
Yeah, because he knows he's doing bad stuff by being bad. He has to make
shut up, Brandon.
Loud.
Go restart your internet again.
Got him.
Dear
Day 436, I slander Jimmy's deck like One Piece fans slander my Hawk. This is the worst if you see the Pieces boss monster ever. Oh, this is the worst if you see the Pieces boss monster ever. I got it. Also for the Eaters deck.
Talk about. Go ahead.
Also for the Eaters deck, for my testing, the deck isn't bad, but definitely suffers from not having a decent snowball like other gimmick egg decks. Also, know the effect to absorb is the inheritable, so once you play out your 3 copies of the Mother, that's it. The only thing you have is play cost reduction after that. We did realize that after the fact.
We put that together eventually.
Yeah, aside from the flaws with the deck, it is still fun, IMO, especially denying Gallant Memory Gain, Piercing, and any other effects that work when something is deleted or their own types of removal, since Mother removes them from the battle area before they are deleted or removed from other effects, basically the same as EX4 Ultra S.
Listen, I will not slander Jimmy, okay? He just wants to play his music.
Jimkin?
And
James?
Yeah, Jimmy Ken.
Jimmy Ken? I will not slander that man.
He just wants to put subliminal messages in his music and indoctrinate the youth into becoming his soldiers.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
Is that actually part of the lore?
No, he 100% does
What?
that.
Okay.
No.
Technolich667. As a Diabormon fan, thank you for looking out for us, Sean. The egg shouldn't be once per turn. Now I still might have to run the Draw Caramon. We're for sure still running the Memory Curry. Sorry, I would love for it to be meta, but we're still running BT2 cards over here.
Yeah.
No, we all agree that Tama shouldn't have been once per turn. Like,
yeah, it was stupid that it was.
Obviously.
Like, come on, man, just let him have it.
But the thing is, like, some of those BT2 cards are actually really good. Like, how else would you want those made?
That Memory Curry Saruman is never, unless they print the same inheritable non-once per turn and just give it a better top effect.
Yeah.
Or even, does it even have a top effect? I can't even remember.
No.
Okay. Yeah, it probably doesn't.
If it does, it doesn't. It's like irrelevant.
They would have to power creep that card by giving us the same inheritable, and honestly, you might just run all 8 at that point, just because of how powerful that memory gain effect is.
You'd still run the rush one. You have to. It's the level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the level 4 slot's the tightest slot because it's like where all of your good inheritables are.
But they're all old. They're all old effects. Like, but like, there's no better way to make those effects good because they're already good. You have to give them better top end effects.
That is
but I think the rush one plays out errata. Yeah. Like the one that gives rush, I could be wrong, but I think its top effect it plays an errata.
It is.
You're right. It's BT5. Curry, sorry.
Which is the better way to make that is to make it to where if you have one black like you can play 2, right, 1 or less. That's the only way to make that one better.
And they gave us that effect, but its inheritable isn't that strong.
Right.
And it's actually a benefit that you're playing an older card like that because they didn't realize how important putting once per turn on a card was back then. If they printed that nowadays, it would 100% be a once per turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that deck's just a glass cannon.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is. Look what happens in the movie. He spawns a bunch of bodies, and then Omnimon comes out and slaps them.
Yeah, I clear your board. You lose now, huh? Yep, sure do. Oreo X1000. Chris just staring menacingly got me.
Start of the episode, yeah.
Yeah. My dog just farted
staring
audibly.
down the camera like a heathen.
What is the next one funny, Brandon?
No, that was the last one.
No,
I don't know what he's
Sean
going
and his dog farting.
Oh.
Oh.
Like, I just love how you have to tell us that.
I could hear the air. Like, it wasn't like a... It was a... like, just a bunch of air coming out.
That's funny.
And like, I know you're not sighing. That's definitely you just farting down there.
You're just you're relieving yourself.
Yeah, she's just anxious. She's anxious about the stranger danger making noise outside the house.
So, my kitty cat over here, little Miss Doko, she's being a heathen as well. My wife is doing some needle with the, I don't know what it's called.
Stitching? Sewing?
Embroidering. Embroidering. I knew it wasn't sewing. It's basically sewing, but she's doing like embroidering. And whenever you put the needle through and it pulls the fabric down, obviously kitty cat sees movement and she's like trying to beat it up. Yeah, like she's sewing in the, what is this, the motionless and white one? Sleep token. She's doing the sleep token one, and whenever the fabric goes through and she like pulls it through, obviously you have a big dangly bit of fabric, and dude, little Miss Doko over here is throwing hands.
What the hell's a sleep
while she's trying to do it.
That's a band.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The younger generation will get it.
Oh, God.
Alright, go ahead, Brandon. Sign us off. Sean's dying in there.
She farted again. I heard it again while you were talking. This one actually has some stink to it.
Has some rankness to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
Good work, boys. I'm
You as
heading
well.
out.
Later.
All right, bye.